What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys 3 different banks that will give you guys $50,000 or more with a brand new LLC. Yes, you heard that correctly. You don't need to have an LLC that's been up for 5 years. You don't need an 80 PEDX score, and you don't necessarily need to be making any revenue in your business. And I'm gonna show you guys how to be able to get this done right now. Let's get into it, man. Alright, so I hear a lot of things as far as you have to go ahead and get an 80 PEDX score, you have to climb up the ranks as far as getting to a tier 1, tier 3, tier 4. You don't need to do that at all as far as getting a PEDX score or try to get a fleet card or any type of department cards. Buying 1,000 envelopes will not get you guys approved for $100,000 of business credit. What you guys need to do instead is be able to have a great personal credit and also have a low risk business industry that you guys are formulating that LLC around. So what you guys really need to have as far as qualifications is a 680 minimum. So we want to be able to have a 680 credit score minimum because that's going to increase your chances of being able to get approved. Now, whenever I have my clients and whenever I'm getting them funded, I want them to have at least 10 positive accounts and also have below a 10% utilization. Not a 30%, below a 10% utilization, because that will give them the best chances to be able to get approved for higher limits. So the thing is, whenever you want to get business funding, you definitely want to start having good personal credit cards that have a limit of at least $4,000 or more. So the higher the limits on the personal side, the higher they'll be able to give you guys on the business side. So I've seen clients, whenever they have a $5,000 or even a $10,000 credit card on their personal side, they'll go ahead and get $20,000, even $40,000 of business credit cards. Now, business credit cards are really good as far as being able to get approved for, and they actually give you guys 0% interest for 12 to 18 months. In this video, I want to really show you guys 3 different banks and my favorite strategy in order to get approved for higher limits. The first step is actually go ahead and getting your LLC. So you want to go ahead and get your LLC. You guys can go to InkFile, or as they're newly called, Busy. So with the silver package that they offer, it's actually free as long as you go ahead and pay your state filing fee. So you want to look up your state's filing fee as far as for an LLC, and you want to make sure you guys properly structure your LLC. You want to have a different business phone number, preferably a 1-800 number. This is how all of the major companies are structured, so you want to show the banks that you're taking your time and you're actually building out a real sustainable business. They want to lend to businesses that take the time to be able to properly structure it. So after you go ahead and get a different business phone number, what you want to do next is get a different business address. You can go to ipostal1.com to be able to get a different business address. Just make sure it's not a PO box or any Staples Center or a UPS center, because these underwriters will look up your business and you actually want your business address to be a suite number or an actual office building. That way you guys can be able to get approved for higher limits. After you do this, make sure you guys go ahead and get a business website and also get a different business email. You want to make sure your business looks very professional. After you guys go ahead and get your business website, you guys can go to durable.co. You'll literally get a website made in less than 30 seconds. And you'll go ahead and purchase that domain. Once you purchase that domain, go ahead and actually create an email with G Suite or any other email provider, but make sure it's not an @Gmail or @Yahoo. You want to have that domain as your at the end of it. So that looks a lot more professional. After you guys go ahead and get your business website, you guys can go to durable.co. You'll literally get a website made in less than 30 seconds. And you'll go ahead and purchase that domain. Once you purchase that domain, go ahead and actually create an email with G Suite or any other email provider, but make sure it's not an @Gmail or @Yahoo. You want to have that domain as your at the end of it. That looks a lot more professional, and banks will take you guys a lot more serious. So business credit is completely different, right? So you guys can go ahead and get a PEDX score, but that's not going to help you guys whenever the banks will look at your actual report. They want to make sure they're lending to somebody who's credible, and so if it's a brand new LLC, they want to see that you can be able to actually personally guarantee this LLC just in case you end up defaulting. So if you guys end up defaulting on your actual business credit cards, then it will go ahead and actually get put onto your personal credit. So I know that you guys have heard a lot about business credit. Now, before we go ahead and jump into these top 3 banks, these are 2 different banks to not apply for because they will show up on your personal credit. And those 2 banks are Citi and also Discover. So those business credit cards will show up on your personal. First thing we're going to talk about is Chase. Chase is a really premier bank, and it's honestly one of the best banks, especially when it comes to business lending. Chase gives you guys really high limits, and you guys can be able to get approved from anywhere to $20,000 all the way to $75,000. I've had clients got approved for $65,000 and even $75,000 credit cards. So it's really going to be able to help you guys out whenever you apply with Chase, is to go ahead and actually have a business account. What you need to do is open up that business account, go ahead and put some money, at least $1,000 or more, and whenever you guys put $1,000 or more, go ahead and apply for 2 of their actual business credit cards. So the business credit cards we're going to apply for are going to be the Chase Inc. Business and also the Chase Inc. Unlimited. So I really like the Unlimited because of the fact that it gives you 0% interest for the first 12 months. Now, the Chase Inc. Business does not actually give you guys 0% interest, and that interest will accumulate right away. But that's totally fine because we can be able to get higher limits on the business side. And you guys can be able to use that for advertising or travel. So Chase is one of my favorite banks. They actually go ahead and pull Experian, but it is geolocated. Sometimes they pull Experian and sometimes they pull TransUnion. So just make sure you guys know exactly what area you guys are in, and you guys can go to creditboards.com. They'll tell you guys a little bit more about the approvals and which actual bureau they pull from based off of where you actually live. So Chase is premier. Definitely go ahead and make sure you guys have a great relationship with them. They also love to see if you have any good personal credit cards with them, that you've been able to manage it properly. So whenever you guys go and apply for Chase, make sure you guys are doing this first, because Chase actually has a 5-24 rule. So what that means is that if you guys have gone approved for 5 different credit cards within the last 24 months, Chase will automatically deny you guys unless you're a Chase private client. Now, bank number 2 we're going to talk about is American Express. So American Express is one of the premier banks out there. They really love new businesses, and whenever you guys are applying for this actual credit account, American Express loves to give money out to brand new businesses. Now, whenever you guys are applying for these actual business accounts, so you guys will go ahead and put your anticipated business revenue. So if you're in marketing and you're anticipating of making $300,000 or $200,000 that year, then you guys can go ahead and put that on the application. And so banks actually will estimate your revenue, and that's the revenue that they want to be able to know you're going to make that year. American Express, what you guys want to apply for, right, is going to be the Blue Business Preferred or the Blue Business Preferred Plus. So these are 2 really great actual credit cards that they have, and they give higher limits. And so with these actual credit cards, they do have a 0% interest for the first 12 months. And so at the times, American Express will pull Experian. Now, the great part about American Express is that once you guys get 1 hard inquiry after you're approved, you guys can apply for 5 new credit cards at a time. So you guys can go ahead and apply for the Platinum, you can apply for the Plum, and you can also apply for the Gold. Now, just keep in mind, those are charge cards, and another great credit card that they have is the Amazon American Express. That one, they really do give really high limits, and so definitely make sure you guys go and apply for American Express, because they're giving out the bag for sure. So the third bank we're going to be talking about is Bank of America. So Bank of America is definitely a heavyweight champ. It loves to be able to support new businesses. And just like Chase, what I would actually do is establish that relationship by opening up a business account, making sure that you guys put enough money into that business account. You guys can put $1,000 or more in order to be able to establish that relationship, and then go ahead and apply for those credit cards. We're going to go ahead and apply for 2 actual business credit cards, which are the Cash Advantage Business and also the Travel Rewards Business. So these are really great credit cards, and they do give higher limits. So with Bank of America, just make sure you guys play your cards right, because they actually do have a program for the auto side where you can actually be able to refinance up to 4 new cars under your business name as long as you guys qualify. So play your cards right with all these different banks. These are the banks that I really love as far as applying for business credit. And so I love business credit because they give you guys a lot higher limits than the personal side. And what you guys want to do is go ahead and just make sure your personal credit is good and just operate under your business credit, because it doesn't show up on your personal side as long as you guys don't default. So I know, as long as you guys don't default. And if you don't go ahead and qualify right now for these actual business credit accounts, what you guys want to do is go ahead and fix your credit. You guys can go ahead and book a call with my team in order to be able to get your credit repaired, and then go ahead and get business funding. So I really hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell notifications below. Hardest financial literacy channel out here. And as always, I'll see you at the top, my boy. Let's get it.